to all of us.
Not quite for everyone. All right. When you go to the store, chances are you whip out a little piece of plastic to pay for it. Jade Beckman, Vice President of Consumer Lending at Mountain America Credit Union, is here with us on this Money Monday. We do it just about this time every week, helping us understand a little bit more about our credit cards. All right, Jade, you got to explain this a little bit because everybody now, it's a swipe, swipe, swipe kind of mentality. I feel like, you know, you go to the grocery store, everywhere you go, you pay for pretty much everything seemingly with a card.
Right. Well, I think the thing with credit cards, Andrew, is that they're inherently neither good nor bad. A credit card is just like anything else. It's a tool, and it really depends on how we use it. I kind of like to say it, you kind of like the power structure. Am I in control of my credit cards, or are my credit cards in control of me? Right.
Are there any myths or misconceptions out there about credit cards that people maybe overinflate or maybe don't give enough credit to? Yeah,
well, it's just like there's pros and cons to the card. Some of the good things about having a credit card are it's got some built-in fraud protection. That's a really good thing. Some of the other things are just how widely it's accepted, as you were mentioning earlier. You don't have to worry about, are they going to take my currency, are they going to take my check? They're going to take it. You know, some of the downsides is because it is so accessible, that's where you can kind of get yourself in trouble sometimes. It's easy to make some impulse purchases, and it's easy to make maybe too many purchases too.
Exactly.
Get
it's so easy. You know, Bill Gephardt often tells us on our morning show when he comes on every week, he goes, never use a debit card. Always use a credit card because it's the bank's money. It's not your money until you pay the bill.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Kind of that fraud protection element. Both debit cards and credit cards have that element to them if you report a fraudulent charge in time. But it takes a little time for that to work itself out. And so it's better to use a credit line than your own money, have that tied up during that time.
I always think, you know, when you see the commercials, every time you turn the television on practically, there are so many different kinds of cards out there.
Right.
How do you know what a good card is for you and like what you use them for, things like that? Interest rates, the points, and all that stuff.
Right, that's a great question. I kind of say there's kind of maybe 4 broad categories of cards that, depending on your usage. Rewards cards, you know, be rewarded for your spending, not spend to be rewarded. You know, that's kind of the key there. Low interest rates, those would be good cards if I'm carrying a balance, or I'm trying to get stuff paid off, or I'm kind of having something as an emergency. I want to have a low rate. The other thing would be something tied to my checking account, so that I don't pay overdraft fees, that I can go into that line of credit and just pay maybe a few days of interest. And then the last thing is building credit. That's another great reason to have a credit card.
Yeah, you've got 4 really good reasons right there. Some more information, where can we find it?
Well, if you go to our website, macu.com, we've got all sorts of information there.
Some good tips. Jade Beckman, thanks for being with us. It is a Money Monday.
Thank you,
We'll see you
Andrew.
next week. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, Lori.
A new hazard.